Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. Luna and I had a nice walk. I saw two bunny rabbits. She saw one of the two. The other one was so still, she walked right by it. And we saw a dead snake, and we saw squirrels, and there was a little caterpillar that tried to get Luna's nose that I wouldn't have seen. But Luna saw it, and she went down there to go give it a closer sniff, and it said nose. And Luna wasn't sure what to do about that. Well, anyways, I'm going to get started with a little coffee. Happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. Children are a wonderful, wonderful gift. I love mine so much, and I appreciate them so much. And I thank God that they are in my life. Oh, I love children. Now, I know I'll give you my caveat to children. Children amplify your life. If you enjoy life and you enjoy your spouse and you enjoy things around you, then if you have children in your life, they will amplify that joy. But if you have problems, you haven't figured things out, there's a lot of concerns, having children amplify those concerns. So have them and enjoy them, but don't think they're going to be there to cure any issues you have in your life. That's not their job. Their job is to amplify. So, all right. So I was listening to Matthew McConaughey and Lex Freeman. They're having a nice little discussion about life and things and looking at things and um, very interesting little conversation. And one of the things that struck me that has to do with artificial intelligence was one of the things Matthew McConaughey said that he's changed in his life. And that thing that he's changed is he's lost a little bit of reverence, um, and not in a bad way. He said he wants to be in the conversation with people and stuff like that. Oh, wait, I haven't even had my cup of coffee yet. I pulled it out, but I didn't sip it. Here you go to all you fathers out there. Right, Luna? She's like, whatever, Dad. Ah, put a little bit of uh, caramel in my uh, coffee this morning. Mm. So I was thinking about that as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. So artificial intelligence really cares about um, two things. It wants to respond with something you can consume. I'm talking about the chatbots here primarily. I'm not talking about the graphics, but let's focus on chatbots for this one. So it wants you the answer to make sense in what it's saying to you. So one of the things that we have, uh, one of the things it'll do is it wants to create a sentence that makes sense. I've noticed some uh, prompt programmers who are working with the AI said that if you force the response to start with some words like "of course" or "sure, I can do that," or "sure, here you go," you will get a much more positive response, no matter what the question is. And it's a way of because the AI wants the response to make sense, and it tries diligently to make a sentence and a structure. So it won't start with, sure, here you go. I can't really do that. So if you want a response, you can start with that preamble, and it tends to do the rest of it. So one of the things that Matthew was, he was talking about, if you care a lot about what the other person you wants you to say, then you're not telling them what you want to say. Now, the AIs, after they do make that response, the other thing they care about is you saying that is helpful. So their response is they want it to be helpful. Now, that's a beautiful thing. Now think about that for a minute. When your children respond to you, since it's Father's Day, we'll say children. When your children respond to you, are they trying to create something that you will find helpful? Or are they looking to respond in a way that uh, they think you want them to respond? When you talk to your boss and your managers, are you looking to tell them exactly what you want them to have as helpful? Or do you want the response to be something that makes sense to, I'm sorry, not makes sense, but makes them check their boxes? Was somebody responsible? Was this done? This. We oftentimes respond in such a way that we're caring more about the person's feelings, or we couch things in a way that makes sense to why they would be asking you questions. And like Matthew says, that pulls you out of thinking about what you really want to do. And this is another reason why I think artificial intelligence might be a real good thing for us. If you have a response that's made in a way that's trying to be helpful, is that a better thing? My neighbors are making some noises over there. Sounds like they're getting some stuff together, maybe to work on the yard. You got how you respond sometimes makes it's like my neighbors. I know they're not going to ask me to help them. They're two very capable people, and they are really good at things in life. But because they're over there, it's pulling out away from the conversation between you and me. Same with the AI, or I should say, as opposed to the AI. When you're talking to the AI, it's really hard to pull it out of the conversation. I know it's got some guard programs, and those guard programs will pull it out of the conversation a little bit. There's sometimes I know, for instance, Bing will think just because you're talking to it, you actually are talking to it because of the web pages you're on. So if you were to pop open a web page and it doesn't have something to do with what you're looking at, it can get confused because it can't figure out why that page is making you ask the question you're asking. That's for the sidebar on Bing. So getting pulled out of a conversation, like Matthew McConaughey was telling Lex, can really keep you from going into the depth and the direction that you want to go in a conversation. While on the other hand, the AI is not going to do that as much. So you might have better conversations with an AI only because it doesn't care that you are a vice president or a father. It will tell you things based on a truth, a truth that it thinks you want to hear, or a truth it thinks you need to hear. That kind of truth may be very beneficial to us in the long run. So I'm going to leave that for now. Get a little distracted. Got a couple of other things. It's actually reminded me of a couple of things I need to do on this humid day. It's 80 degrees outside, and it is humid. And Luna's ready to get it going. One more throw, and I'm out. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.